All right, and this is the rest of the video on 1.2, which is dimensional analysis. Now, I've already told you how to convert units and how to convert compound units, so like units divided by another unit. And now we're going to talk about how to convert area and, by extension, volume. Now, we need to convert area sometimes, but when we're converting areas, the conversion factor has to be squared. And the reason is because area is always expressed in square units, square feet, square inches, square meters, etc. So in example 3 here, that's exactly what we're going to do. Our problem says the area of a practice field is 45,100 feet squared. How large is the field in square meters? Write your answer with the correct number of significant digits. We are not going to worry about this part, but we do need to know that 1 meter equals 3.28 feet. So what we want to do first is identify our given unit. So they've told us that the area of the practice field is 45,100 square feet. So that's what we've got, 45,100 feet squared over 1. Then we want to identify the unit we need to find. So they want to know how large is the field in square meters. We are changing square feet to square meters. So essentially we're going to change feet to meters, but we want them to be squared, so we're going to have to square our conversion factor. Here we've got our given unit, 45,100 feet squared over 1. And we're multiplying it by the conversion factor that includes the unit that we want to change, feet, and the unit that we want to convert to, which is meters. Now what happens here is that we actually have to square everything in this set of parentheses. So we've got this, which really translates into this. The first unit and everything here stays the same. It's still over 1 because the whole thing's not being squared there. But the conversion factor becomes completely squared. So we've got 1 squared, meter squared, over 3.28 squared, feet squared. And then our square feet cancel out. And we end up with square meters, which is the unit that we were going for in the first place. That's where this stuff right here comes from. So they kept this the same, they canceled out their feet squared, but they squared 1, which 1 squared is 1, and they squared 3.28, which is 10.7584, and then it's feet squared. So they cancel those out, and the 1's cancel out too. So it's 45,100 over 10.7584. And when you divide those two numbers, you get 4192.073. Now we're not going to worry about that significant digits part. However, we do need to talk about how we convert volume. So converting volume is similar to this. However, volume is always measured in cubic units. So cubic meters, cubic centimeters, cubic feet, stuff like that. So let's do a conversion like that. So we have, say, 75 feet cubed. And we want to turn that into meters cubed. And remember from our last problem that 1 meter equals about 3.28 feet. All right, so we start with our known quantity, which is 75 feet cubed, and it's always over 1 unless we have another unit that we're dividing by. We want to multiply it by the conversion factor that will take us from feet to meters, which is this conversion factor right here. Now feet is on top in our original, so it needs to go on bottom in our conversion factor, so they'll cancel. And what we're changing it to, meters, goes on top. And I know 1 meter is 3.28 feet. Now notice I've got feet cubed here and only feet down here. So this is cubed, so I need to cube my conversion factor. Just like before, that is going to cube everything in my conversion factor. So my original number stays the same, 75 feet cubed over 1. But my conversion factor becomes cubed. So it's 1 cubed, meters cubed, over 3.28 cubed, feet cubed. Now when we simplify that just a little bit, we get, first part's still the same. 1 cubed is 1, so we have 1 meter cubed on top. And then let's do our 3.28 cubed. 35.29. So this would be 35.29 feet cubed. Then we can do our canceling. Everything that's the same on top and on bottom cancels. So we can cancel our ones, and we can cancel our feet cubed. That gives us 75 meters cubed over 35.29. And when we divide those two numbers, so 75 divided by 35.29, we get 2.13 meters cubed. So there's our conversion. Now with area and volume, you just have to remember that with area, you have square units, so you square your conversion factor. With volume, you have cubed units, so you cube your conversion factor. All right, so your assignment is to do the Your Turn boxes on your packet. Also complete this guided practice. There's some questions that you have to do. Here's another page. You want to go through step by step and fill all that stuff in. And then also complete the independent practice. When you're finished with that stuff, then you're ready to move on to the next topic.